Hello, Harriet. Mr. Cashman. I can't talk now, I'm at the dentist. Hello.
Oh, thank God, air conditioning. Do you know it's going to be 140 degrees outside? I swear, I mean, forget about breathing. It's over. Hi. Oh, hi. Bobby Michelle.
Yes, come on in. I closed the door, it's cooler.
I was wandering up and down the hall. Oh, this apartment, look at that. Oh, this is nice. I like this. I'm not disturbing you now, am I? I mean, I could come back later.
No, I was expecting you. Remember I said...
I wasn't sure I'd be here on time. I just got through with my audition.
No, you're fine. Remember I said 3 o'clock.
It's going to be 110, right? I mean, forget about breathing, as I said before. Oh, my God. You sure I'm not disturbing you? I could come back later.
No, I'm positive. I'm clear till 5. How about a cool drink?
Oh, I love this neighbourhood. I knew this street looked familiar. I once had a girlfriend who lived on this block. 47th between 1st and York.
This is 37th.
37th? Of course, then she couldn't have lived on this block. No, that's better. The Schubert Theatre was a sauna bath. Listen, my accompanist did show up, which I've got you to thank for being so sweet in the park yesterday. And I want you to know I've not forgotten it. But here I am talking, and I really haven't said hello yet. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, here I am.
So I see.
God, I talk a lot when I get nervous. Have you noticed that? Oh, I'll try and stop it if I can. You'll have to forgive me.
Are you nervous?
Well, I'm not nervous now, but I was nervous before. I just had a terrible experience with a cab driver. Well, I don't want to go into that. Oh, God. Oh, it's so hard. If I pass out on this floor, I'm going to have to trust you.
You don't have anything to worry
Well,
about.
you're not a cab driver. You wouldn't try something like that.
Like what?
He tried to make it with me under the Manhattan Bridge during his lunch hour. Well, it's over now. Let's forget about it. Oh, I must look awful.
Not at all. You look lovely.
Proof I don't.
You do.
Give me 3 minutes. Oh, that's all you. Did you get shorter?
Shorter since yesterday.
Why do you look shorter?
I can't imagine why I should look shorter.
Oh, flats!
Flats?
I was wearing flats yesterday. I put on heels for my audition today. I got taller. Anyway, you're not really that short. Well, you know that.
Yes, well, sometimes a person has large balls.
You know, I couldn't make out your handwriting. I thought I had the wrong address. 432 East 37.
No, that's the right address.
Well, I should hope so, otherwise. Where am I and who are you? That was silly. If I'm goofy today, it's the heat.
You're not goofy at all.
Oh, I am goofy, let's face it.
I think you're charming.
Oh, I know, I'm charming, but I'm also goofy. I think it's part of my charm. It's a terrible thing to say, isn't it?
Not at all. Sometimes...
It's terrible, I can't help it. I'm so open about things. That's why I'm always getting into trouble. Do you know what I mean?
What kind of trouble do you get
Oh,
into?
God, I've only just realised it. You shaved your moustache.
What moustache?
Didn't you have a moustache yesterday?
Me? No.
You never had a moustache.
Never. I don't look good in a moustache. It doesn't grow in thick on the left side.
Then what am I thinking of? Who did I meet yesterday with a moustache?
Then I really couldn't tell you.
Well, I can't think straight. I'm still a nervous wreck from the cab incident. I've only been back in New York 3 days, and look what happens. Well, I just want to forget about it.
Certainly. How about a drink? I have J&B Scotch, dry gin.
I wrote the cabbie's name down. Max and San. I was going to report him to the police, but then he started to cry. Tears pouring down his face. I thought a cigar would go out. Then he pleaded to me that he's been married for 27 years with one son in Vietnam and the other in medical school, and that He didn't mean any harm, so I said, all right, I wouldn't report him. And then he thanked me and asked if I would reconsider going under the Manhattan Bridge. How do I look? Better?
Marvelous. Gee, that's terrible.
Oh, it happens to me all the time. Coming in on the plane from California, the man sitting next to me kept feeling me up all during the movie. Well, I don't want to go into that. This is just the kind of place I'm looking for. Does it have a terrace?
No, no terrace. He was feeling you?
Well, he said he was looking for the dial to turn the volume up, but he didn't even have the headset plugged in his ears. Nice view.
Why didn't you say something to him?
He was Chinese. I didn't want to seem bigoted. Then he has the nerve to call me up in the middle of the night. Some strange Chinaman.
How did he get your number?
I don't know. I must have given it to him or something. What's the difference? Look, it's over now. Let's forget about it. Am I talking too much? I haven't given you a chance to say anything.
No, I'm fascinated. Those are incredible stories.
How do you mean incredible? You don't believe them?
I do believe them.
Because they're true.
That's the fascinating part.
They were terrifying to me.
To me too.
Could I have a drink?
What a good idea. J&B, gin.
I don't provoke these things, they just happen.
I'm not surprised. You're such a pretty girl.
I don't know why they single me out. I'm always getting these obscene telephone calls.
There's an awful lot of that going on.
Oh, I get them wherever I go. I once had a call when I wasn't even at home and he left an obscene message.
My
And
goodness.
the language, I've never heard such filth. I once got a call with this psycho described vile and indecent acts for over 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Listen, if you don't shut me up, I'll never stop talking. What's the time?
3:15.
Oh God, I've got to make a call. May I? Liam, I don't have one on me.
Yes, certainly.
Is this where you write those sea stories you were telling me about?
Yes, actually, I work here during the day. It's my mother's apartment, as a matter of fact.
I knew a writer in California. A registered weirdo. He used to write these underground movies you see on 8th Avenue, you know. Sex Family Robinson, Tom Swift and his incredible thing. I thought I was in love with him, but then I realised he was deranged. I mean, the things he wanted me to do.
Like what?
God, I couldn't repeat them.
That's all right, you can repeat them.
She is the thing, she's just a lazy bitch.
But like what? What kind of things did he want you to do?
I couldn't tell you. I told my analyst he went into cardiac arrest. Can you believe this? I could wait here 20 minutes.
You mean things together or alone? What kind of things?
If I tell you, the man had his teeth sharpened. Does that give you some idea?
His teeth, my God.
The man was sarcastically inclined. Oh, this is adorable, your mother.
No, that's me. What kind of things? Did you ever do any of them?
Me? No, never, of course not. Sam, I had to do some, otherwise I was afraid he would kill me. Is this you and your father?
Yes. He actually forced you to do these things?
You don't play it cool with a man who's had his teeth sharpened. Were you both in the Navy?
No, actually, if you look close, it says Queen of the Sea on the sailor cap. I can't imagine what kind of things he made you do.
Forgive me for what I'm about to say, but the man was a shit! Am I forgiven?
Yes, certainly. How did you get up with a guy like that?
By sheer chance. He was living with my roommate and then she moved out. Hey, did I tell you about my audition?
No, you haven't.
Do you need to go somewhere?
Me? No, I'm here till 5. What happened at the audition?
I was fabulous. David Merrick thought I was the end.
No kidding. David Merrick?
Well, it was dark, but it was definitely somebody with a mustache. Anyway, they went absolutely ape over me. They really loved me. I would would have gone the part, except they were looking for a Negro girl. That's how it is in the theatre nowadays. If you're not black, you're nowhere. Anyway, it was my best audition, thanks to this accompanist I was telling you about. Which brings me to why I'm here, doesn't it? I owe you $20.
There's no hurry.
What do you mean? You lent me $20 for an accompanist, a stranger you met in the park. I said I'd pay you back today, didn't I? I insist.
Well, all right.
And the thing is, I don't have it on me. I'm good for it though. If I don't get a show in New York, I'll do a series of one-night concerts in New Zealand. I just want to show you a few stills from this movie I was in, so you'll believe I really am an actress. This is me on location in Malibu, and these are the stars: Frankie Avalon, Annette Funicello, and the Beach Boys.
Oh, yes.
It's a cute picture, isn't it? They used the basic story of Wuthering Heights and worked in Surf Riders.
What a good idea.
And this is me with Fabian.
Fabian?
Who, and I say this with deep sincerity, is one of the great human beings I've ever met. He was unbelievably kind to me when I had my accident.
What kind of accident?
I was beaten out by some Mexican in a motel. Who the Mexican was and how I got there, I'll never know. And the police never tell you anything.
My God, the things that happened to you.
Well, I certainly don't look for it. Goodness, you must think I'm some sort of bizarre femme fatale. Can you believe this?
Who are you calling?
It's my answering service. At least she said she'd take my messages. I have the worst damn luck with roommates.
You live with someone now?
Heinrich Himmler! I can't afford my own place right now, so I'm living with this Nazi vocal coach. She's not just German, she's actually Nazi. Wears some black shirts, boots, the whole thing.
My God.
She's a great vocal coach though, if you don't mind getting whipped.
You're not serious.
What do you mean a weirdo? She paid $400 to have a 3-inch car put in her face. My suspicion is she's sexually aberrated. Oh, is that the word? No, she's actually worse than that.
Worse than aberrated?
She's got a queen size bed in her room with a leather bedspread. Does that seem funny to you?
Well, you live with her, you know better.
How would I know? I'm no lesbian. I only live with her because she's a damn good vocal coach and she's not taking any rest.
How come?
Because she thinks I'm going to make it big in this business and she wants to get in on the ground floor. Finally. Hallo? Hilda? Was nicht gegessen? Auf Lichter mein Büster. I make up German, she goes hysterical. Nowhere. With a friend. Did the Merv Griffin show call? How would you know? Where were you? Downstairs in the bunker? I told you, with a friend. It's not another girl. No, I don't think I'll be home for dinner. I definitely won't be home for dinner. Hang on a minute. Are we having dinner?
I don't think I can tonight.
Yes, I'll be home for dinner. Around 6? I promise. I said I promised dinner. Then, auf Wiedersehen. Do you know, if they'd won the war, she'd be choral director at Radio City Music Hall by now.
If you're so uncomfortable, why do you stay with her?
You know, you're the second person who's accused me of being homosexual.
I never said you were homosexual.
Goodness, the thought of it makes my skin crawl. It's the one thing in this world I find revolting. I sleep so far away from her in that bed, she'd have to get a taxi to get near me. People can be so vicious sometimes.
I never for a minute suggested...
Are you married?
Yes, I'm married.
The other person who suggested it was this kinky rider I was telling you about who would stoop to anything to do those terrible things I told you. And I wouldn't do them. Well, not all of them.
You're sure you don't want to drink?
I didn't mean you when I said people can be vicious sometimes.
That's all right.
You're not vicious. You're married. Married men are seldom vicious. They're too guilty.
You found that?
Without exception. Except for this one married man. Was he ever vicious? Oh, goodness, I'm letting you on everything. Whatever happened to the woman of mystery? Do you mind terribly if I smoke?
No, please smoke. I have plenty of cigarettes. I have filtered, I have mentholated, I have Super King, whatever you want.
I have my own things. Promise me, you're not going to ask me about this married man because it's one episode of my life I'd rather not discuss.
I understand.
If I tell you, it won't leave this room.
You don't have to discuss it if it's painful.
For obvious reasons, I can't reveal his identity. Let's call him Mr. 8. That's all I'll divulge about him. Mr. 8.
I understand.
Arnold 8, from Palm Springs, California. He's in the hotel business. You've heard of him, I'm sure. He had a big spread in Time magazine.
When was that?
I'm sorry, but I can't betray any confidences. I'd rather not discuss it. Would you like one of these?
I don't really smoke.
Oh, I don't either. I mean, not cigarettes. You don't have an ashtray then? Anyway, I met Mr. 8 about 2 years ago in Arizona. I was staying with this very short movie producer, and one night, all of a sudden, I heard this terrible noise outside my window. And then...
Excuse me, I don't want to interrupt, but is that...
I didn't catch the last word.
I didn't want to say it too loud. There's this old lady next door who listens to everything. Is that marijuana? Pot?
Yes. Change your mind?
No.
You sure?
I'm trying to cut down.
Actually, it's a blend. Half Turkish tobacco, half grass. I get it prescribed by my doctor in Beverly Hills. Instead of a tranquilizer because of my inability to swallow pills. Are you sure? They're not strong. They're a 20-minute freak out at most.
Maybe later.
I take them for medicinal purposes, but you can get high if you like. By the way, you have a nice smile.
Other people have told me that.
You're a very basic person. No pep, am I right?
Well...
Sensitive, sweet. You meet so damn few in my business. Well, anywhere for that matter.
Well, most people that I run
What
across...
the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. That's what I'm going to do when the Merv Griffin show calls. If the Beast of Berlin ever takes my calls. I like the colour of these walls. I'm so sick of white walls. Is the door?
The door, yes. Is it all right?
I just wanted to make sure. Only I thought I was being followed outside. I'm just being silly. Is this a rent-controlled building?
What do you mean? Who will follow you?
Who indeed? That's a good question. I'm just being silly. Why don't you just check the lock?
I checked, it's locked. You mean it's possible someone knows you're here with me now?
That's sweet. You're worried some jealous nerd is gonna rush in here and blow our brains out. That would be a kick. A regular bloodbath.
Jeez.
Well, that's one way of getting the papers. It'll be all right.
Look, Bobby, you understand, of course, that my intention of asking you up here today was merely one of convenience. I mean, you wanted to pay me back the $20, and I thought this was as good a place as any.
Goodness, I misunderstood. I certainly didn't think I was coming in to be seduced. Olga, finish my pot like a good little girl. Don't forget to get rid of it. Tear the paper, scatter the ashes, and flush the toilet twice. You can't imagine how many people are doing time today because they've only flushed once.
Flush twice, that's a good thing to remember. It leaves a slight odor, doesn't it?
You want me to open the window?
You understand, of course, that when I talk to you tomorrow, only because I thought you were in trouble. I mean, I never do these things. It's very rare for me. The thing is, you look so all alone, so troubled, so distraught.
Did you ever see that man there?
What man?
The man standing there, across the street, outside that building. Did you ever see him there before?
All the time. He's a doorman.
I was just wondering. You don't think I'm being silly, do you?
No. Well, I'm not sure. I mean, you certainly seemed worried about something, even when you were sitting in the park.
Can I trust you? I mean, absolutely trust you.
I'd like to be your friend.
Well, I'm not crazy or anything, so what I'm about to tell you, you must take as gospel truth. Do you know, he tried to have my dog kidnapped.
Who?
Mr. H. from Palm Springs, California. He had my 13-month-old Lhasa Apso dog kidnapped. You promised I could trust you.
I wouldn't tell that to anyone. You told me a man kidnapped your dog. I believe it.
I mean, the dog is gone. He loves me and he knows his way home. So he's obviously being held against his will.
You Lhasa Apso. Did you call the police?
Why would I do that? They're in on it too.
The police are in on the kidnap of your Lhasa Apso.
Mr. H, it's one of the biggest political bigwigs in California. Who do you think the police are more likely to cooperate with? There's things I could tell about the men I've met. Someday, I'm gonna write a book naming names, dates, and places. I wouldn't leave a single man out.
I'm sure once in a while you must have met some nice man.
Goodness, you wouldn't be in that book. You've got sensitive hands. That's how I knew you were nice in the park. I can tell everything there is to know about a person just by looking at their hands.
I knew it,
You
girl.
have such long, delicate fingers.
As I said, I knew a girl in school who could determine.
What's it all about? Oh, is it just for the moment we live? What's it all about? When you sort it out, I can smell oysters.
What?
What could that be?
I can't imagine. Look, Bobby, the reason I asked you up here
Dog,
today...
how I miss my dog! He kidnapped him because he was jealous of anything or anyone I cared about. He didn't want me to have a dog, or a car, or a career. Especially not a career. He knows I'm enormously talented and he's afraid of losing me. Well, that's his problem because nothing's gonna stop me. I'm gonna make it no matter how many opportunities he tries to block. I've got it. I know that. Ask anyone on the coast that talents there is just a question of time. Do you know, he got me fired from the Coconut Grove? Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
On opening night, after the first show. And I was fabulous. You could ask my agent. He would give you an unbiased rave. Hey, Did you ever stop to wonder why I was never in the Hollywood Palace?
I really can't say that I did.
I had a 2-week contract on the Grove. They had to pay me off, but I wasn't allowed to sing the second show. Who would you say was responsible for that?
Sure sounds like Mr. H to me.
Because he knew that the producers of the Hollywood Palace were coming on the second show. And let me ask you another question. I had the best orchestrations of any nightclub singer on the West Coast, right?
Right.
Then, who stole the trumpet parts 5 minutes before opening time?
Could it have been the same ones who were in on the Lasso Abso show?
Are you trying to put me on?
I'm not, I swear I'm not. I think I have a drink.
That's why I had to leave the coast. He blocked every opportunity I had. Do you know, he tried to have me committed to a hospital.
No, why?
Obviously, he kept tabs on me. Actually, it was my fault. I faked a mental breakdown, so he leave me alone. I may believe I went crazy in this department store one day. The police arrived with an ambulance that he must have had me followed because the ambulance arrived in 5 minutes. Who else could have sent them?
What did they do?
They just held me for observation.
And sent you home?
After 12 weeks. He must have paid them off. Why else would they have kept me there? I ask you, is that some experience?
Some experience.
Hey, did you ever hear of Babylon Revisited? Babylon Revisited, it's a rock band. They want me to record with them, but once you do the Janis Joplin senior voice, it's gone in 2 years. Don't you think I'm better off taking the David Merrick show?
I thought they turned you down.
What, did you hear that?
You told me before.
I never said they turned me down. I said they took the Negro girl.
But you didn't get the part.
What are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say anything. Hey, listen, don't get angry with me.
I am not angry with anyone.
You seem upset.
I am not upset. I am not angry. I am not uptight. I am not anything. I am just turning on again.
Listen, I don't think that's such a good idea. The thing is, it's getting kind of late, you know?
And you want me to leave?
I don't want you to leave.
But you'd be happier if I left.
Happier? No, not happier.
Don't worry. I'm not going to try anything.
Try what? Like what? What would you try?
Nothing. I thought you were looking at the scars in my wrist. You're wrong about them.
I didn't see them. I didn't even know you had them. Listen, your scars are your business.
I was watering plants and the window fell on my wrist.
That happens so often. I know people who have exact same scars.
Forgive me. I'm just suspicious of everyone. I really have to run now.
Oh, that's too bad. Just when really getting acquainted. But if you have to rush off...
I just need a couple more days before I face the world again.
Now? Now, wouldn't you be better off facing the world first and then relax when you get home?
Doctor's orders.
Well, I wouldn't want you to go without your medicine, but as I said before, I'm way behind in this story, and... What's that?
You said you'd have on with me later.
I said maybe later. Maybe.
You said later.
No.
Come on.
I said maybe later. I remember saying the maybe just before the later. We were talking about an incident in the motel with the Mexican.
I think it's very impolite of you. I'm not going anywhere unless you have on with me. If I have to stay here all night.
2 puffs, 2 quick puffs, and then I really have to get back to work.
I like how you hold it in your mouth. You can tell everything there is to know about a man just by how he holds pot in his mouth.
Here we go. Oh yeah, man, that's pop.
It's better if you close your eyes.
Oh, listen, don't I know it, but I really don't have time to close my eyes. I just take 1 more quick puff and then I've got to go to work. Okay, finished. Really terrific, my best pot this week.
Let me see you. Get it in your lungs and hold it there.
You don't want to see that. There's nothing to see. A man with pot in his lungs, he must have seen it 1,000 times.
Why won't you inhale it?
I will. Watch it, promise.
Swallow it.
Mm-hmm.
Swallow it. Okay, now exhale.
Oh my God, it's still in there, it didn't come out.
In a few minutes, your mouth will go numb and your toes will start to tingle.
Good, I can't wait.
How do you feel now?
Outside of sure pain? Nothing very much.
Is your mouth getting dry?
A little. It's dry now.
This is quality grass. You can tell, can't you? It's from South America.
Well, you know what they say. You can take the pot out of the country, but you can't take...
Toes tingling yet?
Toes tingling.
Relaxed?
Relaxed. Oh my God, what happened to my hunger time?
You're hard, baby. Just sit back and enjoy it.
I'll try. Everything's slowing down. Can you feel everything slowing down? I can't feel my heart. What the hell happened to my heart?
Relax. Just don't fight it, honey.
I'm not fighting it. I'm letting it do whatever it wants.
Hang it out for the world to see, honey.
Hanging it down. Here I go. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going.
Just let yourself go.
Oh boy, what is that? What is that?
What?
I can hear my eyes blink. Thump. Thump. There it goes again. Thump.
If you've got it, flaunt it, honey.
I'm flaunting it. Whee!
God, the things that happen to me.
I heard. I can't wait to read the book.
Did I tell you about that man in California?
The dog napper, the T-shot.
Well, I was in love with him. You know about love, I can tell. You must have suffered plenty, didn't you?
When I was younger, I was involved with an older woman in Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, I know that scene. How long did it last?
15 minutes.
You've got to make it on your own in this world, honey. I just need one show. The talent's there, it's just a question of time.
That's all it is, Bob.
People don't want to see you make it good in this world. They're all jealous. They're all rotten. They're all vicious.
So many things I wanted to do, I never do them. So many places I wanted to see, I never see them. Trapped. We're all trapped. Help! Help!
What the world needs now is love. Sweet love is the only thing that there's just too little of.